No problem.
This is Steve from Boxing UK in association with Supreme CBD. Delighted to be joined by Trainer of the Year, Ben Davison. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Can I ask what that meant to you?
Yeah, it's a brilliant achievement, of course. Hopefully many more to come.
Can I ask with that, you get the plaudits, and rightly so. With that comes the criticism. Can I ask how you personally deal with that? Because you must see it.
Yeah, it's part and parcel of the game. I don't pay too much attention to it, and this is one of the reasons why you can't pay too much attention to the praise, because you're going to then pay attention to the criticism. So it's part and parcel of the game. I've been the best and the worst 10 times over. So
can we get the obvious questions out of the way? Last 2 weeks, I don't know if you've seen the news about Ian John Lewis breaking in the last half hour. Any thoughts on that?
No, I just think that if you pick 3 or 4 random people to score that fight, however they come to the conclusion of whatever conclusion they come to, or whatever score they come to, how they got to that conclusion, who they gave what rounds to, differs a lot when you see different people's scorecards. So that just suggests it was a difficult fight to score. So
we saw you post-fight after that, and personally, I've never seen. Why do you think that fight and that result seems to have lit the touch paper with this whole discussion about judges again? Because we've had Ritz and Vasquez, we've had, even before that, the DAZN fight with
I don't know.
John Ryder.
It's controversy over it, but it's not so controversial anywhere else or over in America. So make of it what you will.
And have you watched it back, or has Josh watched it back?
We've watched it back about 10 times over.
And any thoughts? Anything changed?
Yeah, of course. Look, some of the things that we specifically spent weeks upon weeks of making sure it didn't happen happened, and certain things in Josh's game that we didn't do a good enough job of ironing out, that they was looking to capitalise on, that we knew they was looking to capitalise on. But they're things that we're fully aware of, and things we'll make sure get put right if there is a rematch.
Just 2 quick ones on Josh. How's Josh taken the criticism? Because that's been pretty unrelenting since the result.
Yeah, I think that this is the first time really Josh has probably been under that sort of criticism. So I think that he's in a position where he's got to make a decision. Do you play the villain that they make you out to be, or does he let it blow over and come back playing the good guy? So he'll have to see him and make a decision how he wants to go about it, because sometimes you just have to play the role that they give you, even though that's not you. Sometimes the public just decide who they want to make you be.
And does this change Josh's journey forward? We saw that he said he would take Catterall on again at catchweight. Is that up for discussion, or is he still...
of course it's up for discussion. It's a massive fight, a massive lucrative fight. Of course it's definitely an option.
Can we bring you up to today now, Ben, thankfully? We were talking off camera. We last spoke to Lee Wood in the bubble against Kanzu. He alluded to it in the press conference. Not many people, if they're honest, gave him much chance. This is equally as big, isn't it?
Yeah, this is big. Look, the reality is Mickey's the favourite, They made adjustments to Mick's last fight week to try and put Mick into a position because they believe that Lee's a world title that's there for them to try and capitalise on. But we believe it's a big mistake they've made, and it's our job to go out there and Lee's job to make sure that he shows it on Saturday.
Michael Conlon said there that he's even more confident now that he's here. What do you think gives him the confidence? What do you think he sees in Lee Wood that makes him so supremely confident?
You'll have to ask them. Because Lee Wood is dangerous for every moment of every round.
And why is Lee Wood so supremely confident that he's going to do a job on Mick Conlon?
He knows exactly what he needs to do. It's just a case of going there and making sure that he does it.
You're not going to reveal a game plan, Ben, but again, 2 weeks ago you had Josh Taylor, you've got Lee Wood, very different styles. How hard is it for you as a trainer, is it to get a specific game plan for such a big fight like this?
It's not difficult. It's I've got a team around me, Lee Riley as well, that spend hours upon hours upon hours upon hours just studying footage of the opponents, putting together a full, 20-30 minute scouting report video for the boys to be able to watch on a daily or a weekly basis to know their opponent inside out, as well as going through 2-3 times a week, going through other film studies to make sure that they know what they need to do. It's a case of the fighter listening and the fighter applying exactly what he needs to do, and I'm confident Lee's in that position.
He won the title behind closed doors. It's going to be a raucous atmosphere in there on Saturday. Is there anything built into your plans for that, or will you just take it like a duck to water?
Yeah, he takes it like a duck to water. He's a very calm lad. He doesn't get overly emotional one way or the other, so I'm not worried about that.
All right. Last one, I have to ask you about Mr. Fury. Last week in the press conference, he said Dillian White's his last fight, and he's calling it a day. You're the guy that picked Tyson up from almost no return. Is he really going to call it a day after Dillian White?
Never know. I don't think Tyson will truly know either, so we'll have to see.
And can you give us a prediction on that one, just in case we don't get you before April 23rd?
I believe a Tyson Fury victory, but I don't know how he's going to choose to go about the fight, and depending on that, depends on how entertaining and how good of a matchup the fight is, in my opinion.
I do apologise. There is one more, Ben. As you can tell by the accent, you've got some pretty big stars up our neck of the woods, and they're out very soon. For anyone that doesn't know, can you talk us through them?
Yeah, Mark Dickinson, Pat McCormack and Luke McCormack. Some of the best talent, not just in the country, but in the world. So Mark and Pat, Mark's having his third fight. Pat's making his debut on the 25th. So that's going to be a fantastic night. And then Luke will be in Liverpool on April the 22nd.
Obviously, from that neck of the woods, we've known them for quite a long time, and their names always bubbled. How many world titles do you think's within those three names?
Many. Big future ahead.
Good man. Ben Davison, Trainer of the Year. I'll get that in again. Thanks for your time, mate.
Thank you. No problem.
This is Steve from Boxing UK in association with Supreme CBD. Delighted to be joined by Trainer of the Year, Ben Davison. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Can I ask what that meant to you?
Yeah, it's a brilliant achievement, of course. Hopefully many more to come.
Can I ask with that, you get the plaudits, and rightly so. With that comes the criticism. Can I ask how you personally deal with that? Because you must see it.
Yeah, it's part and parcel of the game. I don't pay too much attention to it. And this is one of the reasons why you can't pay too much attention to the praise, because you're going to then pay attention to the criticism. So it's part and parcel of the game. I've been the best and the worst 10 times over. So
can we get the obvious questions out of the way? Last 2 weeks, I don't know if you've seen the news about Ian John Lewis breaking in the last half hour. Any thoughts on that?
No, I just think that if you pick 3 or 4 random people to score that fight, however they come to the conclusion of whatever conclusion they come to, or whatever score they come to, how they got to that conclusion, who they gave what rounds to,